Welcome, ma'am. Sapna Pothula, ma'am, is with us. She is the founder and the principal of Kabiraa The Preschool, which is situated in the north of Bangalore. Ma'am, very happy to have you here. This is our Leader Speak series. Here we try to connect the schools and the school leadership to our parent community. So welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much for calling me over. It'll be a great privilege for me to talk about my school, and that too through a platform like Skoolz. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, can you just tell us how is the school spirit? An average day at the school looks like?
Okay, the school spirit, I would say Kabiraa The Preschool is an extension of home. It is full of fun. It is a congenial environment for learning. And it's an environment that promotes bonhomie. And every child looks forward to coming to school. And Kabiraa's environment is safe, and it focuses a lot on experiential and stimulative learning.
Fantastic, ma'am. Ma'am, what kind of unique programs do you include in your school curriculum?
Yeah, see,
the learning goal.
Yeah, okay. So we see all our early childhood programs, they all focus on absolutely the holistic development of the child. Even we do that. We believe that, essential life skills, empathy, problem solving ability, higher order thinking skills, and communication skills are very, very important in the to be inculcated in the early years itself. So we have created a curriculum that is carefully crafted to ensure that practical and hands-on learning happens in the campus. And it's not only that, I feel that every curriculum should be so tailored that it will respect and nurture the children's feelings, their thoughts, and their behaviors. So yes, when it comes to our unique programs, I think we stand out for our Jolly Phonics. That's a Jolly Phonics program that we do. And we work on Jolly Phonics. Most of the parents, some of the parents are aware and some are not. So let me just tell you about Jolly Phonics in a nutshell. So we work on the letter sounds and not on the letter names, because it becomes very easy for a child to read a word if the child knows the sounds. So we teach the children about 42 sounds, and putting the sounds together, blending the sounds together, the children are able to read 1 lakh words in an English dictionary without the help of the parent by the time they are 6 years old. And we also focus a lot on their handwriting. We teach them froggy legs grip so that they have a neat handwriting. And we try to adhere to the EYFS framework. And because EYFS is per se, it is a standard set of rules, I would say more like milestones, what a child has to learn from the time the child is born to the time the child is 5 years old. So we adhere to that framework, and that helps a lot, when the children, the Jolly Phonics, basically it helps a lot because while learning the sounds, the patterns, the meanings of the words, they're able to, and all that is done while they are chatting, while they are singing, while they are playing, the children's vocabulary increases. And that is again one of our strengths of Kabiraa, because by the time the child is 6 years of age, the child should be able to have a vocabulary of, say, 2,100 expressive vocabulary words, and about 20,000 to 24,000, receptive vocabulary words. And our goal is that we give the children so much of vocabulary that they start using those words. Yeah, coming to numeracy, yes, we are in sync with the icse syllabus. So what are the prerequisites for entry into grade 1? We finish all that in the kindergarten, the first 4 years of the school. And another USP of ours, which I would say, is life skills. Parents would be knowing that there are 10 life skills recommended by WHO. And these are all essential skills that they feel every individual has to know to face the challenges of living. So they are skills like critical thinking, they are skills like creative thinking, there is like self-awareness, decision making, and problem solving. So all these are done in school, and we have specially designed worksheets for this, because we are preparing the child to be a balanced human being. So that is one of our USPs again, and another important. I know there are a lot of USPs that about Kabiraa that I can talk about. We have something called drama, developmental drama, wherein we use this as a tool, to enhance the personality of the child. When I say we stand for English, when I say we stand for communication skills, we focus a lot even on their speech. The speech exercises that we have, then we have a lot of short skits that they do, we have a lot of mime to music, all that is a integral part of our curriculum. So that is about our curriculum, and our curriculum in 4 letters, if I could give you, it is a curriculum that promotes HOTS, that is higher order thinking skills.
Wonderful to know, ma'am. Thousands of vocabulary words.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's important. Vocabulary is important. And I have been, though I have been into early childhood for the last 3 years formally, I have been informally with early childhood, I would say, for the last 17 years, because Jolly Phonics and all, I had learned when my daughter was 3 years old. So she is 20 now, so my foundation was pretty early, like early childhood, so my foundation was pretty early. And then over the last 7 years, I have been working with children between 3 years and 18 years of age. So I know how each age group reacts. I know how each age groups is receptive to whatever you are teaching them. So that's the thing about Kabiraa's curriculum. So I focus a lot on HOTS, higher order thinking skills, because Generation Alpha needs it. This is a very special generation, and a generation that is a post-COVID generation. So we have to, get so many things right with them. Yeah,
very true, ma'am. Very reassuring for parents, for sure, that the expertise is also backed with experience. Wonderful to know that, ma'am. Every child has its own learning pace or speed. So how do you help a child who might have a slightly slower motor skill speed or developmental speed, or the speed of learning could be slightly?
Yeah. So as I said, like our curriculum is a spiral curriculum. So when it is a spiral curriculum, it is a curriculum that goes up and then again comes back down for division. Suppose we are going to teach them the letters A, B, C. Yeah. So we go up and again come back, and we teach them in so many ways, because there are different ways in which the child learns. Some child may be very good in seeing and learning. Some child may be, very good when it comes to learning through music. Some child may learn through using their motor skills. So everything that is taught to the children, we go at a slow pace and see to it that ultimately all the children learn, and only then we proceed to the next component of teaching.
Wonderful to know, ma'am. So there's a lot of innovative things implemented, new ways are incorporated into teaching. So how do your teachers go through? Is it a periodic refresher training? How are the faculty member kept in pace with the?
Yeah, so because it is a standalone school, Kabiraa The Preschool, so I myself do the designing of the curriculum, and this curriculum designing comes after a lot of brainstorming with my team. We sit there, and the way we look at the curriculum is we choose a concept, and through one concept that we choose, we try to teach a lot of other things. I can give you an example. Suppose we are doing landforms in science. We do landforms, then simultaneously we do the animals found in those landforms. At the same time, we also do the weather in those kinds of landforms. So, we are diverse. We go all out to teach the child what it is. It is like, with there is a saying, well, that's a bird saying. What is that? Yeah, with one stone, it is 2-3 things that fall off. 3 birds with one stone. So we try to teach a lot of stuff to the children.
I guess it was one stone getting 2 birds with one stone, but I think Kabiraa The Preschool is going for many. They're not limited.
Children are capable. It is only we feel that the children aren't capable, because children are capable of absorbing everything in the first 5 years, just like a sponge. You give them and they just take in.
Very true, ma'am. So kids are happy to be in an environment, and obviously they are learning and enriching themselves. Ma'am, how is the safety issues of the child? How safe is the school? I'm sure it is. Just to address our parents' concern.
Yes,
How is the safety
see,
taken?
as is mandatory, as is said by the government of India, as was said by the government of India in 2019, that we should have a CCTV coverage in all the schools. So we do have the CCTV coverage at all strategic points in the school. And then now, I think post-COVID, the parent would definitely ask, what is it about COVID that we are going to do? Yes, of course, it is a very difficult thing to have social distancing between the children, so we try to do that. But our space, our premises is very on a periodical basis. We are sanitizing the premises using the ULV treatment, so that we take care of the virus that is there. So safety wise, I mean, and because we have the CCTV cameras connected to both me and the faculty as well, we know what is happening. So one or the other person is always looking at the monitor and seeing nothing goes wrong. No strangers enter, and the children are safe in the premises at all times.
I'm sure everything is done to ensure the safety of the children. Ma'am, is sports a part of the school culture? Is it encouraged, and to what extent is it encouraged?
Yes, sports is an integral part of our school culture. Though, yes, we do not have, like the older children, they don't have football matches, cricket matches and all. But there's something called a sensory motor integration, that is working on their gross motor skills, fine motor skills. Yes, I spoke to you about our froggy legs grip and all that. So it is the gross motor skills. We spend about 60 minutes to 80 minutes every week on improving their gross motor skills, so that their developmental milestones are achieved, because that's very important for them, Okay, numeracy and literacy and, these two aspects may cover about 35% of Kabira's overall curriculum, but the remaining 65 comes to all the other things that I said, like your drama, like your music, and your majorly the SMI, that is the sensory motor integration. We do have our sports day and all that, which will be happening in the month of March now. So yes, sports is a focus area for us.
Ma'am, you're so passionate about this early learning when you're talking about it. So what got you into this journey of being an educator?
So yeah, this is a question that most parents ask me, and you're also asking that. As I said, I was a very curious parent waiting outside the school gate to pick up my daughter. She was a toddler at that time. And at that time, it was like my entry into Jolly Phonics was at that time. And then since I was a parent, outside the school, management told me, ma'am, because of your experience, because I am an engineer basically, and I worked in an engineering college as a lecturer. Yes, I had to take a break because of my family. And this was in Ghana. I lived in Africa for a few years, So I was sitting outside the gate, and then the principal comes and tells me, ma'am, why don't you help us with something? So I helped them set up their library, and eventually I helped them design their curriculum also for the preschoolers. So that was my entry into early childhood, I would say, And after that, yes, my vocabulary program, then I got into drama. I'm a master trainer in drama. So drama is it's one of the core things of Kabira's curriculum. So that's my entry into early childhood.
Very interesting journey for sure. What keeps you motivated, on a daily basis? What keeps you going?
Should I give it in a sentence or in a paragraph? I think a sentence.
Ma'am, at your comfort. For you.
I will give it in a sentence, and I think that will sum up everything. It's the smile on the faces of the children that keeps me motivated. And they are so eager to come to school. They are so eager to learn new things. They're so eager to mess up their hands. They want to play with shaving foam. They want to play with mud. So that keeps me motivated.
Looking the joy in the children's face is that helps you.
Yes,
definitely, ma'am. But you already incorporated so many new things, very innovative way of teaching and bringing children on. So where do you see the future of education going, especially with the preschool?
Yeah, with the preschool, yes, it is going to be interesting, because we have slowly moved from STEM to STEAM. Where you also have art being added to the STEM that's already there. And, and that's very important, because this gives the chance for the child, to go multidisciplinary. And that is what, the NEP is also talking about. It is really nice that NEP has come. So as a more than an educator, I would like to answer this as a parent myself, because now with the NEP that has come up, we have slowly done away with those, what do you say, the rigid separation between the subject stream, it is PCMB or it is commerce or it is history. So now with the NEP coming up, students will have the liberty to choose subjects that they would like to study across streams. They may choose psychology, they may choose history, and they may choose biology. So that is one of the welcome things of NEP. And even for early childhood, I think it is really nice because we will be given more a free hand to incorporate all the other things, the subjects, which we are already doing. Most of the preschools are doing that, and even we are doing that. But then I think that is a great change for us, NEP. That may take a couple of years to kick in completely, but I'm sure that will be a great thing for India.
Definitely, ma'am, a step forward, especially in early education, for sure. Ma'am, school is an integral part of a child. The other integral part is a parent home. So how much of a parent participation would you expect in a school year?
we have, in fact, parent participation. We call the parents because because there's so many mothers, who are skilled, so many mothers who have taken a break for the family. So I tell them, if there's something that you would like to come and teach the children, you can come and teach. It could be a small thing like an embroidery, small thing like needlework. It could be something like baking, So and even when we have our regular medical checkup and all that going on in school, I request our parents who are dentists themselves, I request parents who are doctors themselves to come and do the checkup for the children. So it is really nice. And at every step we have the parents involved. Even the day-to-day activities we share with the parents. We send them pictures. And most of the things, as parents, they are very happy, yes, because of the sharing. And we also share the syllabus that we do on a daily basis with the children. Now, the intention of doing that is not to quiz the child, not to test the child. I tell the parents, I am sharing the syllabus just for you to have meaningful conversations with your child. Suppose there is something like animal habitats that we are teaching. I would want the parent to discuss about animals, their homes, when, in their me time with the child. It could be dinner time, it could be their sleeping time, so they should be. So that is how I involve my parents in the ongoings of the school.
Wonderful to know, ma'am. The connection that the child gets, the learning is ongoing, and
Yes.
that's just, you've taken the learning out of the classroom and still kept it all structured together. Wonderful to know that. Ma'am, what is the admission criteria that you are looking at, or the teacher or the parent should look at?
So one question, I will answer this question in two parts, one as an educator myself and as a parent as well. So as an educator, I am only looking at the readiness of the child to get into school. But yes, as a parent, if I was a preschooler's parent, if I was a parent of a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, I would say they have to look into a child-friendly and comfortable environment, which we have. A teacher-student ratio, we have the 1:10 teacher-student ratio, real-time learning, and that happens in our school. High safety standards, yes, that also is there, and a good infrastructure. So I think these are all the main important things, main things that a parent should look at while trying to take admission in any preschool.
Definitely, ma'am. And Kabiraa The Preschool meets each and every one of them to the most extent. Definitely, our parent community is definitely looking at it. Ma'am, like you addressed pretty much everything about the school and the things that, according to you, the one thing that is the most important for a child to have in its early formative years, what would that be?
I don't think there is one important thing. I think development happens at every level, be it the cognitive level or the communication level. So there is not one important thing, I would say. It is the one thing I think that came from you only, Swapna, what a preschooler would need to have, allow the child to learn at their own pace. They should not be rushing, because every child is unique, and every child, I remember something. Let me just tell that So at a point, probably 30, 40 years ago, in our staff, in the teacher staff room, there was a discussion, which teachers used to talk about the children.
Yeah.
They would say, who is the intelligent in the class, So now that entire thing has changed to every child is intelligent. So we tell, okay, this child is reacting like this child is doing like this. How is this child intelligent? So the entire funda has changed from, is this child intelligent to how is this child intelligent? So that's the speciality of this present era, I would say.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely in keeping with it. And ma'am, nowadays, the special educators, as you said, nowadays, today's era, special educators are much in need, and it's been recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So if at all there is a need for a special educator, would that be available at Kabiraa?
At Kabiraa, we do not have special educators as such, but then yes, we are in for the concept of the shadow teacher. We have had students in the past wherein there was a shadow teacher accompanying the child, and the curriculum was so set that the child is spending time with the shadow teacher. But yes, he is a part of the main class that's happening. The main teacher is teaching some concept, and the shadow teacher helps the child to complete that concept.
Wonderful, ma'am. So there's a lot of hand holding and making sure that the child does learn and does belong. Wonderful to know, ma'am. Thank you so much. You've been so very informative. It's been very enriching personally for me too as a parent. So I'm sure the other parents out there would appreciate it.
Yeah, because the unique thing with me sitting on the seat here is being an engineer. There is a little bit of engineering that comes to the table automatically, so maybe my mind doesn't think normally. I think like an engineer even when I'm developing the curriculum, so and I try to get a lot of science concepts, and Kabiraa believes in simplifying the learning process, simplifying. So that's what we stand for. Sieve, and then just give what the child requires, and then your job is done, and the child will retain that forever. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Wonderful to know that. I'm sure each child is nurtured in Kabiraa. Ma'am, I would like to, a few words about Skoolz. If your feedback about our platform would be appreciated.
Oh yeah, this is a fantastic platform, I would say, Skoolz, like I was in touch with your founder as well, and I think getting all the schools onto one page and that makes it convenient not only for the educators. Yes, we also get to know who are the schools on the platform, but yes, for the parent, because the parent, it is more like just getting into a boutique and then trying to quickly find out the best school there and then enrolling for the school, like visiting the school and enrolling for the school. So it's a great work Skoolz.com has been doing. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, ma'am, for those warm words, and sincere thanks for taking the time out for us. I know today has been a busy day for you, so much appreciate that.
No, not at all.
Much
not at all. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sapna, for this.
Thank you, ma'am, for being our speaker on Leader Speak series.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward for a very positive association with Kabiraa.
Yes, definitely. Kabiraa will be there with you, and Skoolz will be there with Kabiraa, I'm sure.
Definitely, ma'am. It's going to be a partnership for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your time. It has been a pleasure to have you here.
Same here. Thanks.